Hello, dear students. Welcome to the online education of class 7 science. Dear students, in the previous class, I was explaining you about the circulatory system in human beings as well as in plants. Okay, so in the previous class, I explained you about the heart. Okay, so heart is an organ which beats continuously to act like a pump. Okay, so for the transportation of blood, our heart works like a pump and which allows the blood to flow inside our body and which carries different substances along with it. Okay, so it works non-stop for lifetime. Okay, so it is just located just below our chest cavity. Okay, that we have discussed, and the size of our heart is the size of our fist. So far we have discussed. So in today's class, let me explain the mechanism of circulation of blood in the human heart. Dear students, this is very important concept, so keep listening to the class very silently so that you will understand the concept. Okay, see dear students, as I told you in the previous class, arteries and veins. Arteries are the kinds of vessels which carry oxygen rich blood. Veins are the kinds of vessels which carry deoxygenated blood. It is nothing but carbon dioxide rich blood. It brings the all the waste, I mean carbon dioxide, which is not useful for our body, that it carries from all the cells to back to the heart, from where it is transported to lungs through it is removed out. Okay, this is what exactly takes place in our body. Okay, so if the blood which is rich in oxygen, the blood which is rich in carbon dioxide, if they mix with each other, then what happens? So our both pure water and pure blood as well as impure blood, so if it mix with each other, then automatically the whole body gets problem. Okay, so this is what the problem which we face. Okay, that's why the heart has four chambers. Okay, the four chambers of the heart are named like this. Okay, the uppermost two chambers are called atria, singular if we call it as atrium, or we call them auricles. Okay, atria we say. And the lowermost, the two lowermost chambers are called ventricles. Okay, look at the figure 11.4. So uppermost two are called atria, auricles, and lowermost two or chambers are called ventricles. Okay, so in order to separate these all four chambers, the partition between the chambers, it is there. So this, that partition avoids the mixing of blood which is rich in oxygen and which is rich in carbon dioxide. In order to avoid the mixing of blood, so it has a partition. Okay, so in order to understand the functioning of the circulatory system, we must start from the right side of the our circulatory system, that is heart. Okay, so by observing figure 11.3, which is followed by the arrows. Okay, these arrows help us to understand. It will show the direction of blood which flows from heart to the lungs. How the blood flows from heart to the lungs, again back to the heart to lungs, it will flow again back to the heart from the arrow diagrams, from where it is pumped to the rest part of the body. Look at it here in the diagram, you can see the heart. From the heart, see, from lungs oxygen is supplied to the heart, so from heart the arteries carry oxygen rich blood and reaches through the capillaries, it reaches each and every cell of our body, where the carbon dioxide is produced, that is again carried back by the veins through its blood, and it is reaches the heart. From heart it again supplied to the lungs, pulmonary through pulmonary artery, from lungs again it is removed. So this is how the circulation of the oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place in the human heart. Okay, so look at the diagram here, you can see vena cava and aorta in the first where it is connected to the different vessels. So pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein you can see. So here uppermost, and here you can see left atrium and left ventricle, both are red in color. So these two are right atrium and right ventricle. These two chambers are separated by a partition in between. So that partition completely separates the two chambers into two halves, heart into two halves. Okay, so dear friends, now heartbeat. Okay, so this is very important, and we all feel the heartbeat of ours. So whenever we go to a doctor saying that you are not well, okay, if you are ill, so automatically the doctor does the first thing is that he will take his one instrument and keep it on your heart chest cavity, and he will check for the condition of your body. So the walls of the chambers of the heart are made up of muscles. See, our heart is made up of muscles. The wall of the muscles of the heart is made up of chambers. The chambers of the walls of the heart, they are made up of muscles. Okay, it's not made of bone. It's made up completely. Our heart is made up of muscles. So these muscles contract and relax rhythmically. So these muscles, they contract and relax rhythmically. So this rhythmic contraction is followed by its relaxation, which constitute a heartbeat. Okay, the contraction and relaxation, it constitute a heartbeat. So we must remember that heartbeats are continuous till every moment of our life. Okay, because it lasts long till our long last life. Okay, so if we place our hand on the left hand side of the chest cavity, we will feel our heartbeat. Okay, so doctor feels our heartbeat with the help of an instrument called stethoscope. Okay, you all have seen that, even we like to have that. Okay, so our some of your ambition may be to become a doctor. Yes, if you put an effort, you will become a doctor, and you can become a one surgeon, wherein you can use this stethoscope every day to check the patients. Okay, yes. Okay, now a doctor uses the stethoscope as a device. It's a device. Why? It is used to amplify the sound of the heart. Okay, to check the sound of the heart. Okay, so it consists of what? It consists of a chest piece, and that carries a tube. Okay, sensitive diaphragm, and two earpieces are there, which are kept in the two earbuds, and a tube joining these two parts. Okay, so doctor get the clues about the condition of our heart by listening through a stethoscope. Okay, so dear students, now till now we have discussed about the mechanism of the circulation of the blood in the heart and heartbeat. Okay, so in tomorrow's class, let me explain the remaining part of the lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.